Earth issued its last warning: step over the line and face retribution. Its inhabitants were slow, fragile, and primitive compared to species that had spread across hundreds of star systems. They thought humans were harmless, a small planet that might be interesting for trade, curiosity, or even conquest. But Earth had patience. Humans had watched the galaxy closely, studying alien technology, tactics, and politics. They had learned quickly, quietly, and carefully. And now the humans had sent a message: the last warning. On a clear morning in New York City, Admiral Elena Markov stared at the holographic display hovering above her desk. The system-wide communication had gone out hours ago, and the galactic response, or lack of it, was being monitored in real time. "Are you sure about this?" asked Commander Rishi Patel, her second-in-command. He tapped the control panel nervously. "We're sending a warning to everyone, every major empire. Some of these species could destroy us before we even blink." Alina didn't flinch. "That's the point. They think we're weak. They need to know we're not." She paused. "This is not a bluff. Earth is prepared. And if anyone steps over the line, they will see just how serious we are." The message had been simple but firm. It was broadcast in every known language, human and alien alike. "Earth warns all interstellar powers. We will not tolerate interference, aggression, or covert attacks against our people. This is your final warning. Step over the line and you will face retribution." In the first hours, the galaxy ignored it. The Drathari Empire laughed, their fleet commanders joking about humans trying to scare insects. The Vorani traders were curious but dismissive. Even some human allies were skeptical, unsure if Earth was ready to make such a bold statement. But humans were ready. Deep in orbit, the first test came. A small scouting fleet, a dozen ships from the Drathari Empire, slipped through the outer defense perimeter. Their sensors picked up the energy signature of the solar system, but they didn't know the humans had been waiting. From a hidden orbital station above Mars, the Human Defense Command observed every movement. Admiral Elena watched as the alien ships moved confidently, unaware of the trap. "Activate Phase 1, she said calmly. Across the orbital network, electromagnetic pulses rippled silently through space, invisible to the alien fleet. Communication channels jammed. Navigation systems began flickering, leaving the ships disoriented. The Drathari pilots struggled to regain control. "Commander, they're panicking," reported Lieutenant Chen, his voice tense. "Their ships are drifting toward the asteroid belt." Elena nodded. "Let them think it's an accident. Do not fire. Not yet." The alien fleet's sensors picked up strange readings, and their officers shouted orders that couldn't be executed. For the first time, the Drathari realized humans were not as defenseless as they had thought. "Send the message," Elena ordered. A calm voice echoed across space from every human communications channel. "This is your final warning. Leave the solar system immediately or face consequences." The response was silence at first, then confusion. The Drathari had never faced a species that could disable their fleet without firing a single shot. They began retreating, their pride stung. Back on Earth, news channels broadcast the event in real time. Humans had watched silently, learning everything about alien behavior, while the galaxy assumed Earth was still weak and unprepared. "This is only the beginning," Elena said. She knew the bigger fleets were coming. "They will test us again. And next time we will not only warn them, we will respond." Across the stars, whispers began. A human fleet, hidden orbital stations, weapons systems that could disable alien technology. Many dismissed it as exaggeration, but some began to take note. Humans were unpredictable, and unpredictability was dangerous. Meanwhile, Earth scientists worked tirelessly. Engineers in Tokyo adjusted the planetary defense grids, enhancing shield networks and orbital missile systems. Hackers in Geneva and New Boston prepared counter-intrusion measures that could infiltrate alien ships and manipulate their systems remotely. Even civilians were being trained for emergency response in ways alien observers could not imagine. On the bridge of the ISSI orbital station, Captain Leela Ahmed stared at the solar system map. "We've got sensors detecting another movement," she said. "Something bigger than the scouting fleet. Could be a strike force." Elena's eyes narrowed. "Good, let them come. Let them see what humans can do when pushed too far." It wasn't just about military power. Humans had something aliens could never fully understand: creativity, adaptability, and a stubborn will to survive. Every maneuver, every decision was unpredictable. Every tactic exploited weaknesses the aliens didn't even realize existed. As the day wore on, reports from Mars, Titan, and deep space outposts confirmed it. Alien fleets were moving into positions, probing Earth's defenses, assuming they were still weak. They didn't know that Earth had been preparing for this moment for decades. The first direct contact came that evening. A Vorani scout ship approached the moon, its sensors scanning silently. Humans allowed it to dock at the lunar observation platform, seemingly defenseless yet heavily armed. Commander Patel greeted the alien captain in the docking chamber. "You're on Earth's territory. You were warned." The Vorani captain scoffed. "We meant no harm. Humans are fragile. We only wish to observe." Elena stepped forward. "Observation without permission is interference. You've entered our space without consent. That is aggression in our terms." The alien hesitated. Humans spoke with clarity, authority, and calmness. It was not just the words, it was the confidence behind them. "You will leave," Elena said, "now, or you will face consequences." The Vorani captain quickly retreated, shocked by the seriousness of the humans. On the way back to their fleet, they transmitted a warning to their superiors. "Earth is not weak. They are prepared. Do not underestimate them." By nightfall, the solar system was quiet again, but humans knew the galaxy had taken note. The first step had been taken. The warning had been issued. Elena stood alone on the balcony of the UN Command Center in Geneva. The night sky was clear, stars stretching endlessly above. She reflected on the centuries humans had been underestimated, ignored, and threatened. Yet here they were, ready, united, and stronger than anyone imagined. Commander Patel joined her. "Do you think they believe us?" he asked. "They'll believe it soon enough," Elena replied. "And when they do, some will regret ever laughing at humans." Deep in space, alien leaders began to convene, discussing reports from scouts and spies. Many still doubted humans' ability to defend their planet, but the seeds of fear were planted. Doubt had crept into councils that had never questioned human strength before. On Earth, scientists and soldiers continued their preparations quietly. No celebrations, no fanfare, just readiness. Every ship, weapon, and station was tested, every scenario simulated. Humans knew the galaxy would not wait. If anyone stepped over the line again, they would not just warn, they would act. As midnight approached, a small message arrived from deep space sensors. A large fleet, unlike anything previously detected, was moving toward the outer edge of the solar system. Elena smiled faintly. "It begins." The first part of humanity's stand was complete. The galaxy had seen a glimpse of what humans were capable of, and the rumor of hidden power had already begun to spread. For the first time in centuries, humans weren't ignored. They weren't just another species. They were a force to be respected and feared. And Earth had made it very clear: step over the line and face retribution. The approaching alien fleet was enormous. Hundreds of ships moved through the void, their silhouettes dark against the starlight. Sensors on every human outpost detected them, but for once, fear did not ripple through the command centers. Only focus. Admiral Elena Markov stood on the bridge of the ISSI orbital station, her gaze fixed on the holographic map. The alien fleet's size was intimidating. Drathari capital ships led the advance, flanked by Vorani war cruisers and smaller scavenger-type raiders from lesser systems. All of them assumed humanity would panic, retreat, or surrender. They were wrong. "Status report," Alina ordered. Commander Rishi Patel leaned over the console. "All stations are online. Planetary shields are active at full capacity. Orbital drone fleets are ready. AI-controlled defense grids are fully synchronized. The alien fleet is moving into engagement range in T-2 hours." Alina nodded. "Good. Prepare Phase 2. Let's show them humans are unpredictable." Humans had learned long ago that raw firepower alone could not win against the galaxy's more advanced civilizations. Instead, they relied on creativity, speed, and adaptability. On the first contact approach, alien scouts tried to probe Earth's communication networks. Their signals were intercepted immediately and rerouted, leaving them lost in loops of their own messages. Alien pilots struggled to recalibrate as orbital drones silently shadowed them, studying every maneuver. "You can almost see their confusion," Lieutenant Chen said, smirking. "They think we're weak, and we're, well, not weak." Alina's lips curved into a small smile. "They won't think it for long." The humans did not fire the first shot. Instead, they moved like shadows, slipping past sensors, scrambling enemy communications, and quietly disabling the alien fleet's navigation systems. Alien ships began drifting toward each other, colliding occasionally with minor damage. Small Vorani frigates were immobilized entirely, forced to signal for help that never arrived. "Phase 2 in effect," Alina confirmed. From Earth, AI-guided drones launched silently. Tiny vessels, barely visible, they swarmed the alien fleet. Not with brute force, but with precision strikes on critical systems, engines, sensors, and communication arrays. They moved like a living organism, anticipating enemy maneuvers and reacting faster than the aliens could comprehend. On board the alien flagship, panic rippled through the bridge. What is happening? We are losing control of our ships." "The humans, they are not attacking, but we cannot move," a younger officer whispered wide-eyed. "It's clever, they are using strategy." The Vorani admiral slammed a clawed hand on the console. "Strategy? Humans cannot fight like this. They are unpredictable." Back on Earth, Alina watched the alien fleet scramble. "They think in rigid patterns, we don't. This is what makes humans dangerous. This is what they cannot predict." Meanwhile, humans executed another trick. False fleets projected holographic signatures from orbital stations, making it appear that dozens of additional warships were arriving from the far side of the solar system. Alien captains miscalculated positions and fired on illusions, wasting energy and resources. "They are panicking," Chen said, watching the alien attacks fail. "They think the reinforcements are real." "Yes," Alina said softly. "They are learning too late that humans do not fight like anyone else." Human ingenuity extended beyond technology. Every move was calculated to exploit alien psychology. Humans understood fear, pride, and overconfidence, tools the aliens had never learned to respect. They baited enemy ships into traps, then used stealth drones to disable them silently. Ships vanished without warning, leaving alien officers scrambling for explanations. On the Moon, Captain Leela Ahmed coordinated one of the most daring maneuvers. Using lunar caverns as cover, she launched a squadron of drone fighters that accelerated to speeds alien engines could not match. They struck Vorani cruisers from unexpected angles, delivering electromagnetic pulses that froze weapon systems in mid-fire. The alien commanders cursed the humans' audacity. "They fight differently. They are cleverer than we imagined." Humans did not boast. They acted, and every action sent a clear message. Earth was not a planet to be tested. Across the galaxy, intelligence channels buzzed with rumors. Humans disabled a fleet without casualties. They are using strategies no one has seen before. How is a primitive species this prepared? In diplomatic hubs, alien representatives whispered anxiously. Drathari war councils convened urgently. We underestimated them. We cannot engage directly, one general admitted. Another added, they are dangerous. We must reconsider our approach. Back in orbit, Alina received a report from deep space sensors. The main alien strike fleet was adjusting its formation, preparing for a direct assault. "Let them come," she said. "They will see humans at our full strength soon enough." In preparation, humans deployed stealth drones to key locations around the solar system, asteroid belts, moons, and outer planets. Each drone could deliver precision attacks, interfere with alien sensors, and coordinate with the AI-controlled warships in orbit. Humans relied on speed, surprise, and adaptability, not sheer firepower. By now, the alien fleet had begun to feel the first taste of fear. Their carefully planned formations were disintegrating. Ships collided, weapons misfired, and panic rippled through their ranks. On board the alien flagship, the Drathari admiral barked orders, but nothing worked. Every human action seemed to anticipate their every move. "Are they controlling us?" one alien officer whispered in disbelief. Alina's voice cut across the comms, calm and steady. "We warned you. Leave now or face the consequences." The alien admiral froze. That calm, confident tone carried weight no alien had expected. Humans were not screaming threats. They were stating facts, and facts had teeth. Suddenly, the alien fleet suffered a coordinated blackout. Engines cut, navigation systems failed, and weapons systems froze. Humans had deployed a system-wide EMP strike, precisely targeted to disable alien technology without causing unnecessary destruction. Ships drifted, immobilized, powerless against a species they had assumed would cower in fear. Alina watched, satisfied. "Phase 3, she murmured. A series of precise strikes from orbital drones hit key command centers on the alien ships. The humans did not aim to destroy lives, only control. Ships began to turn back, slowly, reluctantly, guided by humans, superior tactics and strategy. The alien fleet limped away, leaving the solar system for now. Rumors of human cunning spread like wildfire across their networks. Intelligence reports from fleeing ships painted humans as unpredictable, adaptive, and terrifying. On Earth, celebrations were muted. No one cheered loudly. No one celebrated too soon. Humans knew this was only the beginning. "Commander Patel," Alina said, turning from the holographic map, "they now know humans are not weak, but the galaxy will test us again. Larger fleets, smarter tactics, we must be ready." "Yes, Admiral," Patel said, nodding, "but they will think twice next time. They've seen us fight differently." Alina looked out the window at the stars. "They will, and when they do, they will remember this day. They will remember that humans are not just resilient but clever, adaptable, dangerous when underestimated. That is what makes us human." For the first time, many humans across the globe felt the stirrings of something long ignored by the galaxy: pride. Not arrogance, not cruelty. Pride in being human, clever, and strong in ways no one else could imagine. Meanwhile, alien empires scrambled to understand what had just occurred. Fleets that had once laughed at Earth now debated the intelligence reports in fear and disbelief. Spies who had infiltrated Earth long ago returned with reports of the humans' ingenuity, discipline, and calm ruthlessness. In a private communication channel, the Drathari Emperor hissed, "We underestimated them. We may have to reconsider the entire strategy. The humans are not what we thought." Alina, receiving her intelligence brief, simply smiled. Humanity had achieved something rare. The galaxy had been forced to notice. "Prepare a communication," she said to her staff. "Send them a clear message, not threats, facts. They will understand before the next test arrives." The message broadcast across intercepted alien channels. "We do not start wars. We do not seek conflict, but we are prepared. Step over the line again and this is what will happen. Remember this." Across the galaxy, whispers grew. Humans were unpredictable. Humans were clever. Humans were not to be underestimated. On Earth, the sun rose the next morning. Humans went about their lives as usual. Children played in the streets, engineers fine-tuned orbital defenses, and scientists calculated trajectories for hypothetical alien attacks. All while the galaxy slowly, reluctantly, began to understand something new. Earth had risen. The warning had been given, and now the true test of human strength was only beginning. The approaching fleets would return, larger and more confident. But humanity had proven one crucial fact: they could not be intimidated. They could not be controlled. They would fight, not with blind rage, but with intelligence, cunning, and unity. The galaxy had learned its first lesson. Humans were not just survivors. Humans were a force, and when the next test arrived, the consequences would be far greater. And somewhere, deep in the void, alien leaders whispered among themselves, "We cannot ignore them. We may have underestimated humanity at our own peril." The galaxy had finally realized humans were not to be underestimated. Rumors of cleverness, adaptability, and hidden power had spread across star systems, whispered in war councils and trade halls. Yet, even with fear lingering in their hearts, alien empires could not resist the temptation to test Earth again. The approaching fleet was massive, larger than anything humans had seen so far. Hundreds of capital ships, thousands of fighter craft, all moving with precision toward the solar system. The Drathari led the vanguard, flanked by Vorani battle cruisers, and joined by smaller fleets from alien races who believed the humans' earlier victory had been luck. On the bridge of the ISSI orbital station, Admiral Elena Markov stared at the approaching silhouettes. Every sensor fed real-time data into the command system: fleet composition, weapon types, estimated firepower. Elena remained calm. Her mind worked like a clockwork mechanism, planning multiple layers of defense and counterattack. "Status report," she ordered. Commander Rishi Patel spoke steadily. "All planetary shields are operational. Orbital fortresses are online. Drone swarms are deployed to key positions in the asteroid belt and outer planets. AI-controlled interceptors are synced and ready. The fleet is entering firing range in T-45 minutes." Elena nodded. "Good. Let's remind them what happens when they ignore warnings." Humans had learned something vital from the previous skirmish. Brute force alone would not win against the galaxy's most advanced civilizations. Instead, they relied on strategy, ingenuity, and precise execution. Every move the aliens made could be anticipated and countered. As the first wave of alien fighters approached Earth's orbital perimeter, they expected an easy engagement. They had studied the previous encounter, assuming human forces would repeat the same tactics, but humans never repeated themselves. Stealth drones emerged from hidden locations, striking Vorani cruisers with electromagnetic pulses that disabled engines and weapons. Alien ships scrambled, firing blindly at illusions projected by human holographic arrays. Multiple fleets collided by accident, unable to distinguish friend from foe. Onboard the Drathari flagship, panic rippled through the bridge. "We cannot coordinate our attacks. They anticipate everything," one officer shouted. The Drathari admiral slammed a clawed hand on the console. "Impossible, they are thinking like us." "Humans fight differently," Elena's voice echoed across the fleet's sensors. Calm, certain, commanding. "We warned you, this is your choice." Then the humans unveiled the next layer of their strategy. Massive orbital fortresses emerged from behind asteroids, previously undetectable. Each fortress carried heavy weaponry, railguns, laser batteries, missile arrays, but humans did not rely solely on firepower. Their AI systems directed attacks with uncanny precision, striking alien weak points first: engine cores, shields, and critical command systems. Alien ships began to falter. Fighters were shredded in coordinated drone swarms. Capital ships drifted helpless. immobilized by systems they could not repair in time. Command chains broke under constant disruption, and panic spread among the fleet. Meanwhile, on the Moon, Captain Leela Ahmed coordinated a daring maneuver. Using subterranean launch tunnels beneath lunar craters, she sent waves of high-speed interceptors to flank alien cruisers. Each strike was synchronized with orbital drone attacks, creating a crossfire the aliens could not predict. Ships were captured or disabled without destroying lives unnecessarily. "Look at them," Lieutenant Chen said, awe in his voice. "They thought they could dominate us, and now they are lost." Alina did not smile. She knew the human victory had not yet been finalized. Strategy alone would not end this. Humans needed a conclusive demonstration of power and control. "Phase 3, she said. From deep space sensors, the humans identified the alien command ship. It was heavily shielded, far stronger than any other vessel in the fleet. To destroy it would take enormous firepower, and that was exactly what humans intended, but not in a way the aliens expected. Using coordinated drones, stealth fighters, and targeted EMP pulses, humans systematically disabled the command ship's defenses. Alien officers struggled to regain control, but every action was anticipated. The flagship drifted, powerless, as if the galaxy itself had slowed to watch the humans at work. Then humans boarded the ship, not with massive armies, but with elite teams of soldiers using advanced exosuits and zero-gravity maneuver systems. Infiltrating silently, they captured the alien admiral and key officers, leaving the ship intact. No unnecessary destruction. No chaos beyond what was needed. The act was symbolic as much as strategic. Humans did not destroy recklessly. They demonstrated control, precision, and superiority. The alien fleet, watching from the distance, trembled. They had assumed humans would panic, retreat, or surrender. Instead, humans had neutralized the command ship without firing a single traditional weapon. Alien morale collapsed. Orders broke down. Confusion reigned. From Earth, Admiral Elena Markov transmitted a final message to the galaxy. "We do not seek war. We do not attack without reason, but we are prepared. Step over the line again, and this is what happens. Remember this day. Remember humans." Across star systems, alien empires debated their next move. Some wanted revenge, but most feared the consequences. Even among their own fleets, whispers spread. Humans fight differently. Humans are clever. Humans are not to be underestimated. Back on Earth, celebrations were quiet but meaningful. Humans had achieved something unprecedented. They had faced a massive alien coalition and shown the galaxy that Earth would not be dominated. Admiral Elena walked along the observation deck, looking at the stars. "This is only the beginning," she said to Commander Patel. "They will test us again. Larger fleets, smarter strategies, but they will never ignore us again." "Yes, Admiral," Patel said, "and the galaxy will know what happens when humans are pushed too far." Elena smiled faintly. Humanity had done more than defend their planet. They had forced respect, fear, and admiration from civilizations that had never before taken them seriously. Children on Earth played without knowing the full extent of the battle above their heads. Scientists continued their work, improving defenses and refining strategies. Soldiers trained relentlessly, prepared for any future challenge. Humanity had proven its resilience, ingenuity, and unity, the true markers of strength. The captured alien admiral, now under human custody, looked across the table at Elena. You could have destroyed us," he said, voice trembling. "Yet you spared us." Elena leaned forward. "Destruction is easy. Control is difficult. Humans do not fight blindly. We fight with intelligence, strategy, and precision. That is why you should never underestimate us." The admiral swallowed, fear and awe in his eyes. "The galaxy will remember this day. Humans, they are different." Elena nodded. "Yes, different and not weak. That is what the galaxy must learn. Humanity is a force. We survive, we adapt, and we will not be bullied. By now, alien empires had retreated. Fleets withdrew, shaken and humiliated, carrying stories of Earth's defenses and the humans' brilliance. Across the galaxy, spies reported the same thing repeatedly. Humans were unpredictable, resourceful, and deadly when underestimated. On Earth, the sun rose the next morning. Life went on. People walked the streets, went to work, and lived ordinary lives. But above them, in orbit, hidden stations and deep space outposts, humans remained vigilant. They had proven their strength, but they would not be caught unprepared again. Alina stood on the balcony of the UN Command Center in Geneva, looking at the stars. "The galaxy has learned its lesson," she said softly. "We did not start this war, but we finished it before it even began. Let this day be remembered." Commander Patel joined her. "The galaxy respects humans now, even fears us." "Yes," Alina replied. "And that is exactly how it should be. We do not seek domination, but we cannot allow ourselves to be underestimated. Humanity's strength lies in our intelligence, our courage, and our unity. That is what makes us unstoppable." Across the void, alien leaders transmitted warnings to their own fleets. "Do not underestimate Earth again. Humans are clever, disciplined, and ruthless when needed." Their warnings are real. Humans had done more than survive. They had commanded respect. They had transformed the galaxy's perception in a single, decisive series of actions. And Earth would continue to watch, ready for the next challenge. Because one thing was certain: step over the line and face retribution. The galaxy would never forget.